In the family living room, early morning.
Eva is seated on the couch, intensely deleting messages
From her phone,
her parents, Pastor Kuna and BC, observe from a distance.
Pastor Cunnell, whispering BC, have you seen how uneasy she has been with that phone lately, always deleting messages?
BC nods. I have. Cunnell, something is off. I feel like we are losing her right before our eyes.
Pastor Cunnell sighs, we need to get to the root of this before it's too late.
Aoife, unaware of their watchful eyes, grabs her school bag and exits hurriedly. Aoife came back from school that day and the two parents
decided to watch Aoife's niched movements just as she wrote down in her diary. They are still wondering whether this can be true.
At dinner table, they did not show Aoife any sign of being watched. They only asked about her studies and that she should put in more efforts. In the family house at midnight,
The parents hear
movement and quietly peek out of their bedroom. Aoife, dressed in a short gown, tiptoes to the door and sneaks out.
B-I-S-I. Whispering. Did you see that? She's sneaking out again.
Pastor Cunnell firmly tonight, we will accost her.
The romantic encounter at Uncle Ade's private villa. A candlelit dinner is set on the terrace, overlooking the city skyline. Aoife stands at the railing,
staring at the twinkling lights, her heart heavy.
Uncle Ade, approaching with a glass of wine, you're breathtaking tonight.
Aoife. Without turning, is that supposed to make this easier?
Uncle Ade, sighs Aoife, I don't want you to hate me, I truly admire you.
Aoife. Soft laugh. Admire? You admire what you can control.
Uncle Ade gently takes her hand. I don't want control, I want companionship, someone who understands me.
Aoife pulls her hand away, but doesn't step back.
There is a charged silence between them. Uncle Ade watches her, his gaze unreadable.
Uncle Ade, stay tonight. Aoife, let's talk. Let's see where this can go.
Aoife. Swallows. And if I say no?
Uncle Ade, softly, then I walk away, and the consequences, well, you know them.
Aoife closes her eyes, the weight of the decision pressing on her like a mountain. She exhales slowly and turns to face him.
Aoife. Whispers. Just one night to talk.
Uncle Ade smiles, of course.
He offers his hand.
After a moment's hesitation, Aoife takes it. Uncle Ade's bedroom. Dim lighting casts shadows.
Across the room, a small red light blinks from the corner, unnoticed by Aoife. The night unfolds, and Aoife, caught in a moment of vulnerability, is completely unaware that a camera has been carefully positioned to capture her face, while Uncle Ade's back shields the rest of the frame.
Hours later, Uncle Ade sits alone in his study.
Scrolling through the footage, a sinister smile plays on his lips as he carefully selects a still image, one that shows Aoife's exposed face, her eyes closed in an unguarded moment. In the living room of Kunal and BC's home, it is early morning, around 4:30 a.m. Kunal is seated on the couch, his arms crossed, while BC sits near the door, her face stern. The front door creaks open, and Aoife tiptoes in, startled to see her parents waiting.
Cunnell sternly, where are you coming from, Aoife?
Aoife, stammering. I just went for a walk. BC. Raising voice. A walk? At this ungodly hour? Dressed like this? Gestures at Aoife's party outfit. Do you think we are fools? BC. Holds up Aoife's phone. You think we don't see the messages? The late night calls? You have been living a double life, Aoife.
Pastor Cunnell, this is not how we raised you. Tell us everything now. Pastor Cunnell sighs deeply. Sit down. Aoife, we need an explanation now.
Aoife hesitates, but eventually knelt down. She avoids eye contact.
BC. Sighs. Aoife, what were you thinking? Going to see Elder Ade alone. Ife. Tearfully. I'm sorry, Daddy, Mummy. I've been going to parties, and Elder Ade, he found out. He's been blackmailing me. I was afraid of what you'd think. BC. Gasps. Elder Ade? The church elder?
Cunnell, clenching fists, that devil.
Aoife. He found my pictures online and started threatening me. I went to meet him yesterday because he wanted me to. Pauses, looks away. He wanted me to go to a hotel, but I didn't. I swear, I came home instead. BC. Hugging Ife. Oh, my daughter. You should have told us.
Pastor Cunnell, we will invite Elder Ade to this. Haas, he must answer for what he has done.
BC. Yes, this cannot be swept under the rug. We need to put a stop to it. Ife. Softly. I didn't know what to do. He made me feel like he understood me.
Pastor, shaking head, that's how the enemy works. They find your weakness and exploit it.
BC. We should never have let it get this far. We should have seen the signs earlier. Ife. Tearfully. I just wanted to feel seen. I never wanted to disgrace you or the church.
Pastor Cunnell places a gentle hand on Ife's shoulder. Pastor, you are still our daughter. Ife, God's grace is greater than any mistake. But repentance comes with accountability.
Ife. Nods. I know, Daddy. I want to make things right.
Elder Ade demands a bribe.
Later that evening, Elder Ade arrives.
He sits confidently, smirking.
Elder Ade chuckles. I know why you called me here. Let's make this easy. Give me 2,000,000 naira. And this matter will disappear. No one has to know about your daughter's misadventures.
Ife. Gasps. You are evil.
Pastor Cunnell, angrily so, you destroy lives and expect to be rewarded.
BC. Firmly. We will not give you a kobo. Do your worst.
Elder Ade wants Pastor Cornell to step down from key leadership roles, allowing him to
take control of the congregation.
Elder Ade's black belt stems from his personal ambition and greed.
As a senior church elder, he desires control and influence, especially over Colonel's rising prominence as a pastor. Elder Ade sees Colonel as a threat to his power and
seeks to exploit any vulnerability to undermine him and tarnish his reputation. Would Pastor Colonel confront the truth and risk his family's reputation or succumb to Elder
Ade's demands and compromise his principles?
The following morning, Elder Ade selects a still image, one that shows Ife's exposed face while she was in his villa, her eyes closed in an
unguarded moment.
A few clicks later, the image is uploaded anonymously online. Ife's phone buzzes repeatedly. Groggy from
sleep, she picks it up and gasps.
Her face, frozen in intimacy, is plastered across social media.
Her hands tremble as she scrolls through the
hateful comments, the messages from family and friends asking for explanations.
Her breath quickens as realization dawns. Uncle Ade has trapped her in a web she may never escape.
Ife stood up immediately to inform her parents, waking them up with the sad news.
As they were deliberating on Elder Ade's misconduct,
an incoming call came in for Pastor Kuhnel.
Caller, Pastor Cunnell, I don't know how to say this. There's a video of life online. It's spreading fast. You need to see it.
Pastor Kuhnel's face goes pale. He drops the phone and told others. Together, they watched the video.
On his laptop,
it shows Ife and an older man in a compromising situation, as Ife's compromising pictures and videos
appear online.
Social media erupts with gossip. Pastor Kuhnel and wife deliberated on the next move.
Ife. Crying, what do I do now? Everyone is laughing at me. BC. We will fight this, Ife. You are not alone.
Parents call on the church council. Pastor Kuhnel and BC storm into the church council meeting. Other elders are present.
Pastor Cunnell, we have a serious accusation against Elder Ade.
BC. He has been blackmailing and has defiled our daughter and has now leaked her videos.
Elder 1, shocked. Elder Ade? Is this true?
Elder Ade, lies. They are trying to destroy my reputation.
Pastor Cunnell, holding up evidence. We have proof, messages, calls, and his threats.
The church council reviews the evidence. Elder Ade starts sweating.
Elder 2, this is disgraceful. Elder Ade, you are stripped of your position and will face legal consequences.
Congregation murmurs of agreement. Justice must be served.
Ife, relieved, hugging her mother. Thank you for believing in me.
There are many lessons to learn from this story. The internet is a double-edged sword.
Parents should stay informed about their children's digital activities without invading their privacy recklessly. Parents must balance discipline with emotional connections so that their children do not
Seek validation elsewhere. No child is above temptation.
Parents must stay
Engaged and not assume their children are.
immune to world's influences. The truth will always prevail.
Evil thrives in secrecy. Speak up before it's too late. The fear of exposure makes predators powerful. Do not let them control you.